Look guys, here it is, and I'm gonna be matter of fact about this. If you ever find a couple of creepy little dirty golem children in the middle of nowhere, you're gonna be in for a bad day. That's just the fact of the matter. That whisper in the trailer? Creepy shit. So long story short, and with no spoilers, Mama's the story of a couple of little creepy kids who are in the woods. They were raised in the woods by nothing, or they were raised by Mama. And then they get found, so who's gonna be the caretaker of these children? Well, Jessica Chastain and Kingslayer from Game of Thrones, of course. Who else? So now we have our story. Now, Mama's a mixed bag. There's stuff to like, stuff where you're like, yeah, cliche shit. It's ultimately a movie about an apparition that haunts a house. You have seen that 100 times before. However, I give this movie credit because it does try to throw some new stuff into the mix. What really worked for me are these creepy kids. 99% of the time in this movie, if there's something that actually creeps you out, it has nothing to do with the ghost. It actually has to do with the little kids. When I call them little Gollum Smeagol kids, that's exactly what they are. They walk like Gollum. They walk on all fours. They'll perch in the dark on the fridge and just stare at you. Yeah, you're creeped out just imagining it in your head. It was really well done in the movie. There's an interesting social aspect in the movie about these kids who weren't raised by anybody. They were just in the woods and they survived because Mama fed them cherries. Now they act like animals. That's actually really interesting to me. The movie has a couple of jump scares. It has the average amount of jump scares without being a complete jump scare fest. A couple of times I was like, I would think that's a jump scare, but it was executed differently, so I don't actually consider it a jump scare. Well played. But then the movie takes a gamble, and you're forced to actually connect with Jessica Chastain in this movie. Good actress, yes, but was her character in this movie a complete washed up selfish dickbag? Yes. She was kind of selfish and bitchy, and you're like, I don't like you, 38-year-old garage band chick. For half the movie, I wanted Mama to like throw her in the garbage disposal, but you know, you go on with the movie and you realize that the movie's about her growing as a person and connecting with these kids, and the movie ends up pulling that off, but until it does, for half the movie, you're like, I don't like this chick. Mama, throw her in the dryer. There are a couple shots and scenes in this movie where I was like, that was really cool. Good job. Mama. But after that, it has this apparition haunted house horror movie cliches, and you're like, all right, I've seen this before. There's a ghost and it's haunting them, and that's that. Yeah, for most of the movie, you don't actually see Mama, and I think that's really cool, but when you see Mama at a point in the movie, of course, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, here is Mama in all of her CGI glory, and after that, it just ceases to be creepy and scary. Fear of the unknown is what drives movies like this. Once you show everything, it's kind of lost. And everything they set up to be factual in the movie, and then the end happens because they just feel like they had to make an ending that really was like, ooh, wow. But it wasn't ooh, wow, it was just kind of like, The ending's one of these endings that makes me walk out of a movie like this and be like, it's no big deal. So was Mama enjoyable? Yes, it was. Did it have creepy parts? Yes, it did. Were the kids really good in the movie and were they interesting? Yes, they were. Does the movie have originality? Yes, it does. Is the movie riddled with unoriginality? Yes, it is. Does the movie have haunted house horror movie cliches? Absolutely. Do you walk out of the movie feeling like I've seen something completely new? Kind of, but not enough. I will say I enjoyed the movie enough to say Mama is a good time, no alcohol required. I feel like there should be a subtext of matinee price. I feel like if I would pay full price on a Friday or Saturday night, I would walk out of this movie going, well, there goes that evening, that weekend evening that I will never get back. But I give Mama credit in going in a new enough direction while holding to the fact that it is just a haunted house movie.